Imagine holding a small silver disc in your hand. It feels cool to the touch, its edges worn smooth by time and countless transactions. This is not just any piece of metal. This is a 1944 British India 1 rupee coin. It was minted in a world engulfed by the fires of the Second World War. It circulated in a land on the very brink of monumental change. Think of the hands that held it. A soldier buying a final meal before heading to the Burmese front, a mother paying for rice during the Bengal famine, or a freedom fighter tucking it away for a future they could only dream of. This single coin is a silent witness, a tangible piece of history that tells an extraordinary story of struggle, survival, and hope. The year 1944 was a pivotal moment in global history. Across Europe and the Pacific, Allied forces were pushing back against the Axis powers. But in India, the story was far more complex. The subcontinent was still the jewel in the crown of the British Empire, a vast territory providing immense resources and manpower for the war effort. Yet, beneath the surface of loyalty, a powerful current was flowing. The Quit India movement, launched just 2 years prior, had sent shockwaves through the British administration. The air was thick with tension, a mix of wartime anxiety and the fervent, growing demand for self-rule. It was a time of great sacrifice and profound uncertainty for millions. This little silver coin was born into this world of chaos and contradiction. It carries the portrait of a distant British monarch, King George VI, a symbol of an empire whose authority was rapidly fading. On its other side, it depicts a magnificent Indian tiger, a powerful emblem of the very nation straining to break free from colonial bonds. This duality is what makes the coin so fascinating. It represents a clash of worlds, a moment frozen in time, where the old order was being challenged by the unstoppable force of a new beginning. Every scratch and mark on its surface is a testament to the turbulent journey it undertook through one of the most defining years of the 20th century. Holding this coin today connects us directly to that tumultuous past. It is more than just a collector's item. It is a time capsule. It allows us to feel the weight of history, not as a distant concept from a textbook, but as something real and personal. When you trace the features of the king or the stripes of the tiger, you are connecting with the countless individuals whose lives were intertwined with its journey. It is a powerful reminder that history is not just about grand events and famous leaders, but about the everyday lives of ordinary people, whose stories are often left untold, but are forever imprinted on objects like this remarkable coin. In the India of 1944, the 1 rupee coin was far more than just money. It was the bedrock of the economy, a symbol of stability and trust in a world that seemed to have lost its way. For the vast majority of the population, from the bustling markets of Calcutta to the remote villages of the Punjab, this coin represented a significant amount of wealth. It could purchase essential goods to feed a family for several days, pay for a train ticket, or be carefully put aside as savings for a daughter's wedding or a future emergency. Paper currency existed, but it was often met with suspicion. The solid silver rupee, however, was universally accepted and valued for its intrinsic worth. Life during the war years was incredibly difficult. The conflict placed enormous strain on India's resources. The Bengal famine of 1943, a man-made tragedy exacerbated by war policies, had left deep scars on the nation's psyche. Food shortages were common, and inflation was rampant, making the purchasing power of money a constant worry for every household. In this environment of scarcity and uncertainty, the tangible silver of the 1 rupee coin offered a sense of security. It was a store of value that people could rely on. It wasn't just a promise to pay, it was a physical asset, a small piece of precious metal that held its worth, even when the world around it was falling apart. The coin's role extended beyond the marketplace. It was the standard unit for wages, rents, and taxes. A farm labourer might earn a few rupees for a week of hard work under the hot sun. A government clerk would receive his monthly salary denominated in these very coins. The British administration relied on this currency to pay its soldiers, fund its operations and maintain the machinery of the empire. The circulation of the 1 rupee coin was, in many ways, the lifeblood of British India. Its steady flow through the veins of the economy was essential for maintaining order and ensuring the continued functioning of a society under immense pressure from both internal and external forces. Furthermore, the act of saving these coins was an act of profound hope. In a time when the future was so uncertain, putting away a silver rupee was a vote of confidence in tomorrow. It represented a belief that there would be a future where this wealth could be used, a future free from war and famine. For many, these savings were the first step towards a better life, a small but significant act of defiance against the overwhelming hardships of the present. Each coin tucked away in a small cloth bag or buried in an earthen pot was a dream for a brighter, more prosperous, and perhaps a free India. The creation of the 1944 1 rupee coin was a monumental task, undertaken by the 2 great mints of British India, the Bombay Mint and the Lahore Mint. The Calcutta Mint, located closer to the Eastern War Front, had been repurposed for other essential wartime production, leaving the bulk of the coining operations to its counterparts. Each mint had its own distinct character and left a tiny, telltale mark on the coins it produced. The Bombay Mint, for instance, typically placed a small dot or bead below the date on its coins. The Lahore Mint, on the other hand, used a small letter L in the same position. These mint marks are like signatures, allowing us to trace a coin's origin back to the very facility where it was struck. The minting process itself was a symphony of industrial might, but one that faced immense challenges in 1944. The war had created a global shortage of essential metals, including silver. Silver was not just for currency. It was a strategic material used in various industrial and military applications. The British government had to carefully balance the need to produce coinage with the demands of the war effort. This led to a crucial decision that would forever define the coins of this era. The silver content of the 1 rupee coin was reduced. Before 1940, the rupee was made of 91.7% pure silver. By 1944, this was lowered to just 50% silver, with the remaining alloy being a mix of copper, nickel, and zinc. This change in composition was a direct consequence of wartime necessity. The new quaternary alloy was harder and more durable than the purer silver coins, but it also presented new challenges for the mints. The alloy was more difficult to strike, requiring greater pressure to create a sharp and clear impression of the design. The planchets, or blank coin discs, had to be prepared with great care to ensure they were of the correct weight and consistency. Despite these difficulties, the mints operated around the clock, with thousands of workers toiling in noisy, hot conditions to meet the relentless demand for new currency. The roar of the machinery was the sound of an empire fighting for its survival. The technical specifications of the 1944 rupee tell a story of careful engineering under duress. Each coin was designed to have a standard weight of 11.66 grams and a diameter of 30.5 millimeters. The security edge, a feature designed to prevent clipping or counterfeiting, was a testament to the importance of maintaining public confidence in the currency. These specifications had to be maintained with incredible precision across millions of coins. The supervisors and assayers at the mints carried a heavy responsibility. Any deviation could undermine the currency's integrity, a risk the British administration could not afford to take during such a critical period. When you look at the 1944 1 rupee coin, you are greeted by 2 powerful and contrasting images, each telling a different side of the story of British India. The obverse, or the head side, features the crowned bust of King George VI, the reigning monarch of the British Empire. He is depicted facing left, his portrait created by the artist Percy Metcalfe. The inscription surrounding him reads, "George VI, King Emperor," in bold English letters. This side of the coin is an unambiguous declaration of British sovereignty. It served as a constant reminder in every market and every village of the imperial power that ruled over the subcontinent. The King Emperor was the ultimate source of authority, and his image on the currency reinforced this fact with every transaction. Now, turn the coin over to its reverse, or tails side. Here, a completely different narrative unfolds. The central image is a magnificent Indian tiger, depicted walking majestically from left to right. This was not a symbol of the British Empire, but an emblem of India itself, a creature representing strength, grace, and the wild, untamed spirit of the land. Above the tiger, the words 1 rupee are inscribed in English, while below it, the same value is written in two different scripts, Urdu as Ek Rupiah and Devanagari, also as Ek Rupiah. This multilingual inscription acknowledged the diverse linguistic landscape of India, a practical necessity for a currency used by hundreds of millions of people. The design of the reverse is a masterpiece of numismatic art. The tiger is not just a static image, it is full of life and movement. You can almost feel the power in its stride and the confidence in its gaze. The floral scrollwork that encircles the central design adds a touch of traditional Indian artistry, softening the coin's otherwise formal appearance. This side of the coin speaks to a sense of national pride and identity. While the obverse declared British rule, the reverse celebrated India. This duality makes the coin a fascinating historical document, capturing the complex relationship between the colonizer and the colonized in its very design. Interestingly, there are several minor variations and error coins from 1944 that are highly sought after by collectors. These can include coins with die cracks, where a fissure in the minting die creates a raised line on the coin's surface, or repunched dates, where a number was struck more than once. One notable variety is the large 4 versus the small 4 in the date, a subtle difference in the font used. For a collector, these small imperfections are not flaws. They are unique characteristics that tell a more detailed story about the minting process and make a particular coin rarer and more desirable than a standard issue. Finding a 1944 1 rupee coin is not particularly difficult. Millions were minted to meet the demands of a wartime economy. However, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is an entirely different matter. The vast majority of these coins were workhorses. They were passed from hand to hand, jangled in pockets, and stored in rough cloth bags. This heavy circulation meant that most surviving examples are well worn, their designs softened, and their surfaces covered in scratches and marks. High-grade coins, those that somehow escaped the rigors of daily use, are exceptionally scarce. They may have been part of an unspent roll, kept as a souvenir, or simply forgotten in a drawer for decades. The reasons for this scarcity are manifold. Firstly, the 50% silver composition, while practical for the war effort, was less resistant to wear and toning than the earlier, higher purity silver coins. The alloy was prone to developing dark toning or even environmental damage if not stored properly. Secondly, after India gained independence in 1947, many of these coins, bearing the portrait of a British king, were eventually withdrawn from circulation and melted down. Their silver content made them a valuable source of bullion. This process of melting dramatically reduced the number of surviving specimens, especially those in top condition, making them a rare prize for today's collectors. The market value of a 1944 1 rupee coin is almost entirely dependent on its condition or grade. A common, heavily circulated coin might be worth little more than its silver content. However, as the condition improves, the value can increase exponentially. A coin in very fine condition, with clear details, is worth significantly more. An extremely fine or about uncirculated example, with only the slightest traces of wear, can fetch a handsome price. The ultimate prize is a mint state or uncirculated coin, which looks as fresh as the day it left the Lahore or Bombay mint. These specimens are the rarest of the rare, and can command very high prices at auction. Over the years, exceptional examples of the 1944 rupee have made headlines in the numismatic world. High-grade, professionally certified coins have sold for hundreds and sometimes even thousands of dollars at major auctions. These record prices reflect not just the coin's rarity, but also its immense historical significance. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for a flawless piece of history, an object that so perfectly encapsulates the drama and upheaval of its time. For many, acquiring a top-grade 1944 rupee is the culmination of a long search, a keystone piece for a collection of British Indian coinage. It represents a successful hunt for a true survivor. For collectors, the allure of the 1944 1 rupee coin goes far beyond its monetary value. It is a piece of art, a historical artifact, and an emotional link to a bygone era. The elegant design, with its blend of imperial authority and national pride, is visually captivating, but its true power lies in the story it tells. This coin is a tangible connection to pre-independence India, to the generation that lived through the war and fought for freedom. Holding it is like holding a conversation with the past. It speaks of a time of great hardship, but also of incredible resilience and the enduring hope for a better future. It is a symbol of the end of an empire and the birth of a nation. For those new to collecting, identifying a genuine 1944 rupee is a crucial first step. A real coin should weigh approximately 11.66 grams and have a diameter of 30.5 millimeters. Its edge should be reeded with a security line. One of the most common red flags for fakes is a lack of fine detail, particularly in the king's hair or the tiger's fur. Counterfeits often have a soapy or greasy feel and may not have the characteristic ring of a silver alloy coin when gently tapped. It is always wise to compare a potential purchase with images of certified, authentic coins and, if in doubt, to buy from a reputable and trusted dealer who can guarantee its authenticity. The legacy of this coin is profound and enduring. It is a reminder of the complex and often painful history that shaped modern India. It represents the economic realities of a world at war and the political aspirations of a people on the cusp of independence. The coin's transition from 91.7% silver to 50% silver is, in itself, a powerful metaphor for the dilution of British imperial power. It circulated for only a few short years before the dawn of independence rendered its design obsolete. This brief but significant lifespan makes it a perfect snapshot of a world in transition, a world where the old certainties were giving way to a new and uncertain future. Ultimately, to hold a 1944 British India 1 rupee is to hold a story. It is not just silver and copper, but a vessel of memory, forged in a time of global conflict and national awakening. Close your eyes and feel its weight in your hand. Think of the journey it has taken, the hands it has passed through, and the history it has witnessed. It is a silent storyteller, a humble yet powerful relic from a world that is gone, but whose echoes can still be felt today. It is a small silver witness that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, the promise of a new day is always waiting to be minted.